Hey everyone, what is going on? And welcome back to another meta guide. So we had the Open Great League and now we have the Electric Cup. So the Electric Cup is a very limited meta. You're probably going to want to play the Open Great League, I'll be honest with you. This is going to be like the same 3, 4, or 5 Pokemon that you see on every single team. And that's just the way these single type cups go. That's just the way it is. There's a few Pokemon who are banned. I know off the top of my head, Charjabug is banned, Vikavolt is banned, there's a couple others. Heliolisk is banned as well. But yeah, without further ado, we'll just dive right into it. I mean, as I said, it's a very limited meta. It's probably not going to be the most exciting. We've had this a few times already. I'm going to stick with the Open Great League probably the entire time. I'm probably not going to even touch Electric, but we'll go ahead and go over it just in case you want to. But I do recommend Great League, I'm going to be honest with you. But you know what? Maybe you'll like this one. We'll see. But either way, for the S-Rank Lantern should probably be on every team with Water Gun, because the only thing, I mean, it's going to be doing neutral damage to most Pokemon. The only thing is, it's going to be doing super effective to the Geodude, Graveler, Golem, and then the Hisuian Electrode is going to resist it because it is a grass type. So keep that in mind. But yeah, other than that, I mean, doing a lot of powerful damage, water damage, just a really great Pokemon. And then Minun is pretty good. Minun has Grass Knot, which could help you against, you know, obviously the Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. If you happen to battle them, probably the Graveler and Golem. You'll see double Rock Boys, I'm telling you. Luxray is great because it has hidden power. It has hidden power, but it could have hidden power ground, which is going to be super effective against everything. Besides the Electrode, because it's going to do neutral towards Electrode, because Electrode is also a part grass type. But if you have the ground, it is a really frail Pokemon, but if you have the hidden power ground, which I do not, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So if you happen to have that, then this is probably a good meta for you to participate in. But if you don't have it, you probably want to go to the Great League, to be honest. This is not a great meta, in my opinion. But hey, you know what? If you enjoy it, that's totally fine. And then we have Galvantula. I like Fury Cutter Galvantula, to be honest. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I think it's very powerful. You probably don't want Discharge just because everything is going to resist Discharge. So I wouldn't go with Discharge. I would go with Energy Ball. Cross Poison is another option, but you can go with Energy Ball and Lunge to debuff them. Hisuian Electrode is an amazing Pokemon in this meta as well because it is a Grass type, right, as I mentioned. So it's the only thing in the meta, at least that I'm aware of, that will be resisting the dangerous hidden power, right? So keep that in mind. Not resisting it, taking neutral, but it's not weak to it. And the Energy Ball charges are pretty fast. It's pretty powerful. It's also going to be resisting the Water Gun attacks from Lantern. So it actually is a really good Pokemon in this meta. And when I have participated in the Electric Cups in the past, Hisuian Electrode is on my team most of the time. For the A-Rank, we do have Magnezone. We have Ampharos, and then the ones I think you'll see is the Geodude, Graveler, and Golem, the Alolan versions. The Alolan versions are the only ones eligible, so it makes sense. Probably the Graveler and Golem, just because Geodude has to be like excelled and everything. Not a lot of trainers might have it. Maybe you do. At the end of the day, we did have a community day for Alolan Geodude, so it is a possibility you have it. But yeah, I mean, you know, the Rock Throw is just doing a lot of damage overall, so keep that in mind. Fast move, pressure, beatdown. And then next up, B rank, we do have the irregular Electrode, Pachirisu, and the Denny. But again, probably not really going to get use out of those. I think the S and the A rank are probably the most important Pokemon in this meta to use, and the ones that you're going to see the most of. Definitely the Lantern, definitely the Luxray for trainers who have it, the Galvantula, and the Electrode. And then Graveler and Golem. You'll see as well. Those are going to probably like a mixture of those. What you'll see. I'm just going to be honest with you, and you'll see that in the solid team options as well. The other options I do have is Pormot, Belly Bolt, but again, like you're not. Raichu has Brick Break, which did technically get buffed this season, but you're not really gonna see these Pokemon. You might see them for fun because it is early in the season, so trainers are just having fun, or lower ranks, and that's okay. But for the most part, as you climb, you're not really gonna see Electivire or Zip Striker, so it's hard to put anything in the other options, to be honest. Pormot might be okay, but other than that, I don't think you're really going to see many of those. But let's go ahead and move on to the solid team options. So for the first team, we do have the Lantern in the lead with Water Gun. Again, Water Gun, I do want to stress that. I think it's a great move. Spark is resisted. You definitely want the water gun. Hisuian Electrode as a safe swap. I think it's a great safe swap in this meta. Lantern probably can stay in on this team unless if there's a Hisuian Electrode on the lead, right? And then, of course, you have Luxray in the back with the Hidden Power Ground. If you don't have Hidden Power Ground, you can't go with Luxray. But I think that's going to be a great team. Another team is going to be Galvantula Double Rock. So Fury Cutter, Energy Ball. Or if you want to go Cross Poison, you can go Cross Poison and then Lunge. I think Lunge is good, really good for debuffing your opponent. And then, you could always save swap into one of the Rock Throw users in the back. For example, the Graveler and the Golem. And yeah, save swap into one of those, lure out like the Lantern. You'll still do a lot with Rock Throw. Maybe get a shield with a charge attack. Maybe do a lot of damage. Sacrifice the Graveler, bring in the Galvantula, and then Golem maybe can sweep. Next up, we have Minun with the Grass Knot, and then Lantern and Hisuian Electrode. Hisuian Electrode being a great save swap, as we've discussed already. I think Lantern is a really good save swap. Well, no, I'd go with the Electrode as a safe swap, because if you safe swap Lantern and they respond with the Electrode, the Hisuian version, you do not want that. So I would definitely go with the Hisuian Electrode safe swap. But then next up we have Alolan Graveler with Lantern and Luxray. You can use Luxray as a safe swap because even if they respond with the Electrode, you're still doing neutral damage, so it's still not that bad, right? And then next up, we have Galvantula with Lantern and his Hisuian Electrode. So Galvantula, Fury Cutter, as we've discussed. I think it's a great lead in this meta. And then, yeah, again, the Electrode as a safe swap. And then the final team is going to be the Luxray with that Hidden Power Ground, as we've already discussed. I'm going to check all mine. I might evolve some Shinx to see if I have the Hidden Power Ground. But because I really do want it. But again, I'm probably not going to play this meta. If I do, it might be like one game or something. I'm probably going to stick with the Open Great League. But yeah, so Luxray and then Lantern and then the Hisuian Electrode. The Hisuian Electrode being a great safe swap. A lot of similar teams, as you could tell, right? I mean, not much of a difference. I mean, we don't have any... I didn't even put any regular Electrode, any Pachirisu, any Dedenne, any Magnezone Ampharos. I mean, some of those might be okay, but for the most part, I think at the end of the day, I think these are the Pokemon you're going to see the most of. I don't even think you'll see Minun that much. I think, as I mentioned, it's mainly going to be the Lantern, the Hisuian Electrode, the Luxray, Galvantula, and then Graveler and Golem. I think those are the only Pokemon that you're going to see. You know, maybe once in a while you might see some other spicier picks or at lower ranks. And it's okay if you do, but for the most part, I think you probably want to stay in the Great League. But if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.